Hello, and welcome to episode 130.
I haven't done that in a long time. I'm sorry.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to episode 139 of Movies and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Marcus.
This is the review show that reviews genre movies from the beginning sometimes. And today we're covering the 27th release of Batman vs. Two-Face.
Woo! Yeah.
It was directed by Rick Morales, written by Michael Jelenic?
Yeah.
Jelenic? Sure. And James Tucker. It was produced by Alan Burnett, Michael Jelenic, Benjamin Meinecker, right?
No, that seems familiar. No, it's not him. Melnicker.
Okay. Sam Register, James Tucker, and Michael, I don't know if that's an I or an L. Uslin?
Yeah.
Uslin? Stars Adam West, Burt Ward, William Shatner, Julie Newmar, Steven Weber, Jim Ward, Thomas Lennon, Lynn Marie Stewart, Jeff Bergman.
Lynn Marie Stewart, that's awesome. Sorry. She's from a show, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. She plays Charlie's mom. She's a funny actress.
Okay.
That's all.
Jeff Bergman, Wally Wingert, William Saylor, Serena Irwin, and Lee Merriweather.
What's the guy's name? Who plays the character? Thomas Lennon. He plays Jim Dangle, Leader 911, the cop in shorts.
Never saw that show.
What? William Shatner, he plays Picard in Star Trek.
Yes.
No, it's not Picard.
You were joking. You weren't joking.
No, I was joking about that.
Okay, you were joking.
Yeah. I just want to see if you have a reaction to that.
Yeah, I disagree with you because...
Oh, okay.
I don't care.
You're not Star Trek-y?
No, not really. I mean, I watched the entire first series a while back, and then I started to get through the new generation with Picard.
Yeah.
And I only got to like the second season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know I would think I would like it, but I never sat through any of them. I've only seen the J.J. Abrams movie, and that's about it.
It's fine. The original Star Trek show is very 60s, and the new generation is fine too. And I hear it gets really good, but those first two seasons are really rough.
Yeah.
So, and I just kind of go meh, and I stopped watching them.
Yep. Yeah. The whole it being too outdated for me would kind of blows it for me. Because I would enjoy it, but Star Wars is my fandom, so I stick with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's fine, and it's got like a appeal to it, like a Doctor Who appeal to it, where it's like no matter what generation you watch it from, it's still good. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just meh. You got to be into it though. Yeah.
I feel like I would need the right mindset to sit down and start watching it, and I haven't had that mindset yet. So.
And I'm not really into pure sci-fi. I need a little fantasy in my sci-fi.
Really?
Yeah, so...
we talked about this before, yeah. Fair.
I'm not really into just the pure sci-fi. Of course, there's aliens and stuff like that, but Star Trek is mostly pure sci-fi.
Well, yeah, where Star Wars is just fantasy shit.
And then Star Wars is more fantasy sci-fi, and I kind of need more of that in my stuff to keep me interested, or else it's just a bunch of science mumbo-jumbo, and it's just like, okay, whatever.
But we don't need too much fantasy when they're trying to go into the Force and explain Force whales and shit.
Well, that's my point. It's like them trying to explain how the Force works.
They don't do that.
You don't need to explain how the Force works. It's magic.
Yeah, that's it. Just say it's magic and call it a day.
Exactly. And that's why it works. Yeah. So it's when they try to go Star Trek-y a little bit with it, over-explain everything with some science mumbo-jumbo, that it messes it up.
Uh-huh. Well, at least the Star Trek is actually science, whereas fantasy Star Wars is just fantasy mumbo-jumbo, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, there's an appeal.
It's more spiritual mumbo-jumbo. Either way, it's mumbo-jumbo.
This movie is an hour and 12 minutes, it looks like.
Hour 17, and it lasted 3 hours.
Hour 17? Where are you getting?
Hour 12. It felt long, okay?
It did feel long. Yeah. But I think, honestly, at this point, I think that's just us, because we think everything feels long now.
Nah, this, TJ, this felt long.
Like I said, everything feels long. I don't think there's a movie that we've reviewed in the last 6 weeks that hasn't felt long.
No, there was something recently I think we reviewed that didn't feel too long.
I disagree.
Let's go look back at it. Let's look at the receipts. We had Spider-Man, felt kind of long. Batman, Harley Quinn, that was a movie. Wonder Woman, felt long. DC, felt long. Superhero Girls, Guardians Volume 2,
You said long. Felt long.
T. Tata Jr.'s contract felt long. Logan went by.
Yeah, like I said, in the last 6 weeks.
Okay, TJ, listen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's actually 8 weeks. Okay. And before that was Justice League Dark, and that was pretty solid.
Did I say in the last 3 months? No, I said 6 weeks.
Listen, those two are the last decent movies we watched. Oh, no.
What?
Justice League, so it's like around the corner, TJ.
Yeah, I know, Marcus. Anyway, this movie's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh.
And I can't get any confirmation, but I think this might be the last thing Adam West worked on.
I don't see why I wouldn't.
Because he died of leukemia not too long.
Oh, that's what he had? That's sad.
Yeah. A couple months before this release.
But he had a long life, so you know.
Yeah, it's still sad.
Yeah. So he had 2 more things posted after this, but I don't know if it's the last thing he recorded. Like he had an episode of Family Guy. It looks like he showed up in.
Okay.
And something called X111 video game.
Okay, maybe those were the last things he did. Because it doesn't say it, but I couldn't imagine there was much more he showed up in. No. So, but yeah, so it's sad. He dies, and there's a tribute to him at the end, which I really like that they called him the Bright Knight, because you know he wasn't the Dark Knight, he was the Bright Knight. Yeah, it makes sense, and I never thought of it before. Do
you think they'll ever have another Bright Knight? Like, not to this extent. I don't think we'll ever go this route. Oh, you see it in a serious tone, but do you see that ever happening again, like a Bright Knight situation? Like, oh, this is uplifting Batman stories.
I mean, there's uplifting Batman stories all the time. It's just,
let's say in visual media, I'm saying.
Oh, well, who knows?
In a sense of not doing like this, like it's just paying homage. Like it's actually telling quote unquote newer stories of Batman.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Because I think James Gunn is in charge of Batman now, so we have a better chance. Because we have a better chance of more lighter toned movies than what DC normally gives us.
Which is good, I guess.
Yeah, so maybe. But the problem with Batman, is, especially in movie form, is if you're going to do a movie on Batman, you want to do, you know, the greatest hits. Not so much redo all the things that are done, but you want to go to those storylines in the comics that are really well renowned, but haven't been done yet.
I would disagree. I think, okay, so that hasn't been done yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I would say, like, you could do, like, a side story of Batman detecting and thing shit up and whatever. But
I know.
Keep doing Dark Knight shit.
There is so many fantastic Batman storylines that are dark and gritty that have not even been touched yet because of the way just Batman has been kind of mutilated in the movie things. Because every time someone gets a hold of him, they incorporate 30 different versions of Batman into one and then end up telling their own stupid story about it.
Which is fucked.
So, like, and they never just focus on one storyline. Like, we watched the animated version of Under the Red Hood.
Yeah.
But could you imagine that in a live feature action thing and how good that could be?
That's one I don't like, right?
No, you like that one. That's the one where Jason Todd comes back to life and stuff.
Which one didn't I like? Mask of Phantasm. That one. Okay. I mean, the Red Hood one, yeah, I think that could be done.
There's plenty of stuff that haven't been covered in like the animated form that are really, really good too, that just have not been touched because they're so focused on Batman being like the most popular versions of themselves and bringing in 2 or 3 villains at once and not focusing on a story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe down the line, eventually we could, but I just don't see it until, you know, there's a proper DCU with all those storylines exhausted.
Okay.
But then again, you could do kind of like a Spider-Verse thing with Batman and just have all the different versions of them. I'm just saying, if that's probably the only way you're going to get something like that. You like Spider-Verse.
Yeah, because it wasn't like a cash grab. Like, that's why I'm going to hate the Spider-Man 3. And if they ever do that Batman, I would hate that because I feel like such a cheesy...
So why is Spider-Man okay and Batman not?
The Spider-Verse one was fine because it was, again, it's the first time I saw it like that. And and it was like the first time it was in mainstream, essentially. So now that's when the Spider-Man 3 did it. I was like, okay, you're just copying that and just doing it cash grab shit. And I feel if Batman would do it, it'd be the same thing. Like, isn't it cool we saw Michael Keaton again?
So you're only allowed to do one thing once?
In an earnest way, yeah, because the Hollywood's like, let's copy that. It's money. It made so much money. Like, okay, Hollywood. It's like, yeah, Hollywood's going to do Hollywood shit. That's all.
No, you're ridiculous.
Whatever.
I don't remember where I was.
Adam West died.
Yeah, and you asked me about whether or not they will ever do that again.
Yeah.
So, not likely. And besides, I don't think Adam West's Batman, even though it was popular in the 60s, would make money.
Well, I'm not saying do this specifically. I'm saying just do a lighthearted, not
like I said,
real, not down to earth, real life Batman, because that's dumb. But it's just like,
I don't think you do that with Batman in movie form. I think that's something you do in like a TV show where you have a spare episode.
This cartoon shit, like this over the top, evil zapping machine kind of shit.
Yeah, I think it's just like, because when you're writing a script in a movie, you're focused on that movie, you know? And it's like a side thing like that feels like a side story, feels like that, like would feel like a side story. You don't want to make a movie about a side story unless it's already accompanied by everything else, you know what I mean?
And I think it could. I think it could work. Because I think in that sense, any standalone movie is a side story, essentially.
Yeah, I know, but here's the thing, though. You want to focus on the main Batman stuff first, but then you also have the whole other DCU that needs movies and stuff like that. So why would you divert for a simple side story there when you could do? There's 1,000 side characters you could focus on who could get a movie better than another side Batman movie.
I think that's how I think if I were to like to run a DCU or some even the universe, any crossover of Batman, Superman, Batman, whatever the it may be, those are the big tentpole movies. Like, man, the solo movies, Batman's movie, Superman's movie, they're just side stories. And then if you want to introduce a character you want to spin off later, okay, here's Batman versus or
I actually disagree. I think the standalone movies are the ones that develop the character and the story for those
but it's also characters. A side story too.
No, I think they're the main stories, and then it culminates in a large team up movie.
I don't know about that.
That's how Marvel did it.
Yeah, but I thought like the good ones were Captain America. They were all crossover movies for the most part.
No,
Civil War.
Civil War was, but Winter Soldier.
Civil War was Winter Soldier. It had like all the people in it.
No, there was two. It was just Black Widow and Captain America.
Oh, Black Panther didn't show up in that one, right?
No, I mean Bucky was in it, but he's part of Captain America lore.
Was that the only three in it? No, Falcon. The Falcon was in that one.
Well, they introduced Falcon in it because because he is Captain America.
But that's what I'm saying. You introduced side characters and the stories. So
but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about side stories.
Yeah, they're side stories, but they introduce other characters to spin off into.
But it's the main story. But the main story is. It's still the main story of the character, and that's a side story.
Well, it's still a side story.
You don't start.
It's a side story to the overall story. Like, the overall story was the endgame shit.
So, like, you don't start the main continuity with a big team up movie.
Clearly, no, I'm not saying that. Yeah,
that means the movies before that, the first Superman movie, isn't a side story. It's the only movie, so it is the main story.
Each initial story is the person's not origin story. Okay, here's Batman's movie. Here's Superman's movie. Here's Wonder Woman's movie. Then the second one, Batman and so and so. Batman and Rob. Superman and so and so. Wonder Woman and so and so. And it could be either people who are on their side against, like, you introduce characters that you could spin off into eventually. Not initially, but eventually you're going to follow Robin into becoming Nightwing, et cetera, et cetera. You're going to follow whoever Superman's got. You're going to follow those. And then you got the crossover stories later on.
I don't consider those, like, side stories, though.
Because if you're doing one overarching Darkseid's coming storyline, and all these movies are leading to that, I think they're side stories.
Okay, if you're doing that, but
that's what I'm saying.
But if you don't have an overarching combined thing and they all just exist in the same universe, and in a vacuum, they're not side stories.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I don't even know how we got there or where we are.
Adam West died.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of the big thing that happened. Yeah, that's all behind the scenes stuff. There's nothing else to it. The movie made 300,000 in domestic DVD sales and 832,000 in domestic Blu-ray sales, total on $1,123 worldwide. Throwing it over to you now.
Number one this year was Star Wars Episode 8, Last Jedi, with $1.3 billion. But we've done that before. So the number is 59 through 50. Okay, so at number 59 with $150 million, a movie called The Darkest Hour. Sorry, Darkest Hour. What do you think it's about?
That's such a vague title. It could be anything. I'm leaning towards horror, but I think I'm going to go with some kind of drama. Yeah.
It's definitely a drama.
Yeah, it's a... I'm gonna say a period drama. Why not?
Very spot on. Can you get
what period? Okay. Darkest Hour. What would that be? I mean, the obvious choice is World War II.
Ding, 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 ding. In May 1940, the fate of World War II hangs on Winston Churchill, who must decide whether to negotiate with Adolf Hitler or fight on, knowing that it could mean the end of the British Empire.
You know what? That is the most obvious title for a World War II story ever.
Stars Gary Oldman, Lily James, and Kristen Scott Thomas. A lot of people. It was supposed to be really good. I never sat through and watched it, but yeah, I think it was nominated for some Oscars back then. Yeah, it won 2 Oscars.
Never heard of it.
Well, you weren't listening to shit this time. Why is it obvious? Because of the speech he gave or something, or no?
Well, no. It's because everyone refers to that as the darkest hour, darkest times in human history.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of like, what do we name this movie? I don't know. Darkest Hour.
Fair.
Good.
Okay. Okay. At number 58, we have a movie called Duckweed with $152 million.
I have no clue with that one, but I can take a guess.
Yeah, take a guess.
Comedy? Is it about plants? I don't know.
It looks interesting. It's a foreign film.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Okay. Yeah, it says in a near-death accident, and then in the near-death after.
So purgatory.
In the near-death after an accident, a sports car driver time traveled back to the 1990s to meet his severe father and never-seen mother in a small Chinese town.
Why is it called Duckweed? Is that his name?
Maybe. Nope. Couldn't tell you.
Okay. This is a weird name for a movie that has nothing to do with the movie, but okay.
It looks interesting, honestly. Yeah, because someone makes us watch that.
You don't want to add it to your list?
I did. I just did.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a movie I heard of. At number 57, we have a $160 million movie called 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
I mean, the title makes it obvious, so...
What?
I don't know what they're advertising, but they put 3 billboards up outside of Ebbing, Missouri for some reason.
A mother personally challenges the local authorities to solve her daughter's murder when they fail to catch the culprit. And she does so by, on the billboard, she calls out the deputies and sheriffs on shit like, my daughter's dead, you guys are doing nothing about it, do your jobs and shit like that. And she becomes like the town hated person. It's a good movie. It's a solid good movie. If I recall, I don't think it's based on a true story, but I think it's based on...
That is a title of a movie that tells you the entire plot of the movie.
It's worth the watch. The ending's kind of like...
meh.
It's one of my movie endings where it just ends. It's like, well, there's no resolution to this.
Well, there probably wasn't a resolution to it.
What?
There probably wasn't a resolution to it.
No,
I'm just assuming it's based on a true story.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
That sounds like too fantastical an idea that a person would just come up with it.
Right?
Because, real life is crazier than fantasy. So...
Okay, yeah, it says writer and director Martin McDonough was inspired to write the movie after seeing billboards about an unsolved crime while traveling somewhere down in the Georgia, Florida, Alabama corner. So, yeah.
Yeah, like I said.
Okay. Yeah, the movie just ends with I'll just spoil it right now. It ends with the main character driving out of town with someone else to do something.
Oh, so it had a peanut butter falcon ending.
Yes. Yeah, yes. That's what I'm saying. It has the typical, it's just driving to the sunset kind of thing. Going to do something kind of not cool, but cool.
So essentially, she loses the cases in Missouri, and then instead of sticking around and being hated, she says, okay, we're just going to move.
I don't remember if she loses the cases. She doesn't,
it doesn't matter. Just based on what you told me,
it's some bullshit.
She doesn't want to stay in a place where she's hated, so she just leaves.
Kind of. It's a solid movie until the ending. That's what I'm saying. It's 2 hours. So don't sit through it if you want a happy ending, because it just ends like that. But it's a good ride until that point.
Okay.
Man, it was acclaimed. I think it won some stuff too. It was nominated. It won 2 Oscars. Wow. But yeah. I think if I made you sit down and watch it, I think you would have mixed feelings on it. You probably get a 5 out of 10, I think. Here's what you've heard of. Of $169 million at number 56, we have a movie called Ghost in the Shell.
Which one?
Ghost in the Shell.
Action?
2017.
The live action one?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it about, TJ?
Ghosts in shells.
In the near future, Major Mira Killian is the first of her kind, a human saved from a terrible crash who has cyber hands to be a perfect soldier devoted to stopping the world's most dangerous criminals. Oh, it's RoboCop.
If you want to hear my opinion on Ghost in the Shell, the movie, I reviewed it on Anime and Us a long time ago.
Anime and Us a long time ago. Remember episode number?
Ooh, I don't know. But I reviewed the TV show. We reviewed the anime movies, and I did the live action one too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think we did the live action and the animated one in the same episode.
Oh, nice. I'm jealous. I wasn't there part of that. I feel my feelings are hurt that you didn't invite me for that.
That was when you were still fighting me on doing podcasts.
Yeah, but like you still could have invited me, man.
And you would have said no. So what was the point?
I would say, yeah, I'll see how you guys do it, so I can see how I feel about this.
Bullshit.
Not bullshit. My feelings are hurt, TJ.
I don't care.
Wow.
So.
Anyways, number 55, $171 million. Oh, we have a movie called John Wick Chapter 2.
Never heard of it.
Okay, cool. At number, no, I'm kidding. John Wick Chapter 2. After returning to the criminal underworld to repay debt, John Wick discovers that a large bounty has been put on his life. If you haven't heard of John Wick and any of the movies, where have you been?
To be fair, I think I did see that movie, but I saw it like 5 years after it came out.
I saw it. Oh, no, all of them are the same. I stopped at 4.
Well, to be fair, the first one's different than the others, but
yeah. But they're all pretty much.
But from 2 on, it's like, okay, this is just an extended fight scene.
Yeah, exactly, and they're good. They're pretty. They're
the plots are just nonsensical. Nothing.
Very.
Like it's like, okay, now we have this whole extended universe and crazy world for no reason. When the first movie was so grounded and nothing. It's like, you didn't need to expand this out like this, but whatever.
Yeah. And they did okay with it. Like the first one's so grounded, and I don't know which one it was, either third or fourth one, where everyone stopped at. He falls off a building at the end of it and somehow survives. Like
that's the third one.
Yeah, that's the one I stopped at. Like, okay, I'm gonna stop until the series is done, and then I'm gonna catch back up because this is.
I think it's done with the fourth one.
That's what I thought, but I heard they're making a fifth one.
Are they?
That's what I've heard, so we're gonna find out.
Do you want a spoiler?
I think he dies at the end with the fourth one, right?
Yeah, so unless they're gonna resurrect him.
Which I wouldn't be surprised. So I was like, I'm going to wait and make sure the series is over with, because it's over the top right now.
It's not bad, the fourth one. It's just...
Well, the third one was also really long. It had 3 endings. It was like...
It's very long, too. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. They're good movies. It's just like...
And I watched 3 and 4 back-to-back when I was sick in bed.
That feels like an all-day event right there.
Well, I mean, I couldn't do anything else, so...
That's true.
So that's what I did. And it was long. I felt like nothing changed throughout any of the movies. So
I love that.
Anyway, that's our review of John Wick.
Yeah, I would love to sit through them and watch them again, but I'm good
because that first one is really good.
Oh, it's really good. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. But yeah. Okay. What else was that on? At number 54, we have Baywatch with $177 million.
Baywatch.
What's Baywatch about, TJ?
Baywatch? I think that's the porn parody of Baywatch.
Yes. Baywatch. We all know what Baywatch is.
Maybe not this day and age.
No, sadly.
It's about lifeguards.
Yep.
And to show off women, pretty much.
Yep.
And David Hasselhoff without a shirt.
Well, this one stars The Rock and Zac Efron.
Okay. Same difference.
Some other people.
Rock and David Hasselhoff.
Yeah. Devoted lifeguard Mitch Buchanan butts heads with a Bastion recruit as they uncover a criminal plot that threatens the future of the Bay.
Yeah. So Baywatch is a weird show.
Yeah.
Because you would think about a show about lifeguards would focus on lifeguard stuff, but it's kind of all turns into a cop drama a lot of the time.
Which makes sense. Like, why not go that route?
Not even a cop drama, because it's more like a detective kind of thing, because they have no authority to do anything. But anyway, continue.
Okay. At number 53, we have a movie called The Post, which made $179 million. Good look on this.
Well, this one's actually hard because it depends on what generation that word's coming from. Because The Post could be like a post online that gets controversial, but it could also be like mailman. You know what I mean? Or it could be like about a post that is in a telephone post or something like that. So it's actually really hard to figure it out.
You're somewhat on the right track with those guesses.
Like it's kind of hard to figure out where it would be.
Well, the director is Steven Spielberg. It stars, what a cast. We have Meryl Streep, Tom Hanks, Sarah Paulson, Bob Odenkirk, and a lot of other people. But yeah,
that doesn't help because that could be anything.
It could be, but
because it could be like a period piece.
Okay, kind of close.
Like it could be that about I don't know, a parcel, someone mailing a parcel and then going from place to place or something like that. You know what I mean? But it could also, I know it's not this, but like even with that same cast, it could be like something to do with cancel culture or something. You know what I mean? Because of someone posting something. Tom Hanks posted a bad tweet, and now he's canceled or some shit like that. You could go any way because of the multiple layered nature of the word now.
Well, this will be a true story. This movie, starring these people, directed by this person, they went through a time period of doing historical retellings and like dramatical events and all this shit. So, a cover-up spanning four U.S. presidents pushes the country's first female newspaper publisher and her editor to join the unprecedented battle between press and...
Oh, and that's another thing. It's the newspaper freaking thing.
So that's what I say. You're kind of close of posting shit, obviously, but...
Yeah. So, like I didn't even think of an actual corporation. I took it too literally. It's just like Hollywood to make a movie about the Post, though.
Of course. Okay, we have a movie called Daddy's Home 2. At number 52 with $180 million.
I know it's just going to be some stupid comedy, but I really want that movie to be a horror film.
No. Having finally gotten used to each other's existence, Brad and Dusty must now deal with their intrusive fathers during the holidays. It's Will Ferrell and...
Yeah, like I said, it's comedy.
Yeah.
I knew what it was. That title definitely has horror vibes to it.
How about this one? At number... These next two you probably should have heard of because these are top literary movies. At number 51 with $183 million, a movie called The Hitman's Bodyguard.
I heard the name. Yep. No idea what it is, though.
Stars Ryan Gosling and... Not Ryan Gosling, Ryan Reynolds.
That does not help me.
Samuel Jackson.
So that doesn't help me.
Gary Oldman.
So my best guess is, like, a hitman's got a bodyguard because now he's got a price in his head?
For the most part. One of the world's top... It's a comedy drama thing, too. Not drama, it's comedy. Comedy action, that's a movie. One of the world's top bodyguards gets a new client, a world-class hitman who must testify at the International Criminal Court. That's a term. They must put the differences aside and work together to make it to the trial alive and on time. Well, yeah, pretty much what you said. And a movie you should know, TJ. I know it. Everyone knows it. At number 50, $185 million, Pitch Perfect 3. Do you not know this series?
No.
I think you're being sarcastic.
No.
You're being sarcastic. You don't know Pitch Perfect?
Is it like a musical thing?
Yeah?
That's about the extent of my knowledge of it.
Bullshit. Really?
Seriously, I have no idea what you're talking
about. What? Wow. Okay. It's a cappella singing shit. So the third one into the series. The first one was really good. It was actually popular. It's okay. So following the win at the World Championship, the new separated Bellas reunite for one last singing competition at an overseas USO tour.
Why would I know that?
But face a group who use both instruments and voices. Because it was just so popular. I'm surprised you never heard of Pitch Perfect.
I haven't heard of a lot of things. Pop culturally stints.
Came out 2012. What are you doing in 2012? That was so long ago. Holy shit. It's over a decade ago.
I wasn't watching movies, that's for sure. Well, I guess I have some trailers.
Ooh, trailers. What kind?
I mean, it's the ones you would think of, so...
Batman shit.
Well, what's the big movie?
Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Is it Justice League, I guess?
Not only was it Justice League, but the trailer was so long. It just kept going. It was like an extended trailer or some shit, and it wasn't good.
No, TJ.
And then that was followed up by the fantastic Batman and Harley Quinn movie trailer.
Oh, no, TJ.
And then I had one for Teen Titans, the Judas Contract.
Jesus, what bangers of movies, man.
And then the prequel to this movie.
What bangers, man. If any of you guys have any, if you guys are curious, so wait, hold on. So say those movies again.
Justice League.
We're going to be reviewing that future, guys, so stick around.
Batman, Harley Quinn.
That was 2 episodes at 137. Go watch that review.
Justice League, Titan, Judas Contract.
That was also episode 133. Go far back and listen to that review.
I think it was Teen Titans Judas Contract, not Justice League. And Batman. What's Batman the Cape Crusaders?
Oh God, Jesus, where's that at?
I don't know. That was a bit ago.
Oh, 127. God, I felt forever ago. Go listen to those reviews, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's it though.
Okay.
Oh, I also had a weird thing on the Blu-ray thing. In the menus, there's like, if you ever watched a Blu-ray, they have like circles, and next to it is what it is, the name of the thing. There was just a circle with no name next to it.
Oh.
So I clicked it, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And it just shows Harley Quinn busting in and freaking out the Joker.
Makes sense.
It was like the end of the movie or something. I was like, why is this not in the movie?
You think it would because they show her in it and they're like flirting, like they do the eye thing to each other. So you think that would have been in the movie.
Yeah, and then she never comes back.
Yeah, weird.
Anyway, I guess we should talk about this movie.
Oh my god, let's talk about it.
All right, so this is the sequel to the animated 66 one. So it's just more Batman 66, except this time we get William Shatner as Two-Face.
And I really liked him as Two-Face.
Except he wasn't in it enough.
No, that's the sad part, because he was good as it.
Yeah, he was in it. There wasn't a lot of him in it. And so essentially what happens is Hugo Strange, with his assistant Harley Quinn for some reason, create an evil extractor, what extracts evil from people. So they get the most evil villains they have, the Joker, the Penguin, Egghead, and Riddler, and whoever that fifth one was that I couldn't get the name of.
Oh shit!
I kept trying to see the name, but it wouldn't show me.
Oh, hold on. Penguin, Joker, Riddler, Egghead, Mr. Freeze.
Oh, was it Mr. Freeze?
Yeah.
I couldn't get that. Oh, also, full disclosure, there was a couple of moments in this movie where I fell asleep.
Well, did you have enough respect to put it back on and watch those moments?
No.
Okay, full disclosure. So it was airing our dirty laundry. By the time we got to the third act, I just started skipping 10 seconds each time. Like, I get it. Just hurry up. I was so tired.
I was so tired too. I had a rough night the night before, and I was watching this, and I was so tired, and I was just like, I would nod off, and I'm like, what happened? And then like,
oh, this was hard to get. Hour 17. Oh, sorry, hour 12. Still hard to get through.
Now, to be fair to this movie, yes, this was not over the top bad as the last one.
Okay, you got that too, then, right?
Yeah, this was more subdued, and actually felt like a 66 episode of Batman.
Put the words right out of my mouth. This is the most cohesive, non-paying homage episode movie we've seen. It just felt, like you said, it just felt like a story. They plopped up and did it.
With that being said, it's still a Batman 66.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're not prepared for that, and if you're not into that, this isn't the movie for you.
The problem is, though, like, I'm into it, but only when it's done the initial 60s. Like, there's still a paying homage to that shit. So it's like, okay, I guess. It doesn't feel
it's still too modern in a few aspects of it.
But it definitely isn't like looking at the camera. Isn't it we were doing it? No, they're just doing it. It's like, okay.
Yeah, So to be fair, it's fine.
Very much fine.
Yes. So Hugo Strange, they create this evil attractor, but the villains are just so evil that it overloads the thing, and the thing explodes, and gas gets on.
Oh, no.
Assistant, or...
Harvey Dent.
What is it? Not assistant. It's the DA, Harvey Dent, and oh no, he's become Two-Face.
No.
And then they spent the whole intro song, the credits, with just Two-Face being a criminal.
Yeah, getting fought by
and then being thwarted by Batman and Robin, and they catch him, and then they heal him.
I like that.
Well, it's funny. They're just following essentially the comic books, the original 40s comic books to the team. Because, I mean, obviously, the evil extractor and stuff is 60s stuff, but like in the original comics, Two-Face becomes Two-Face the same way. He gets acid thrown in his face. He becomes Two-Face. He goes on a few crime sprees. And then the next story, they cure him. Batman fixes him by getting him plastic surgery.
But hold on. Now they're saying it out loud. That's ridiculous. So the original Pretty Boy doing the good thing. Face gets scarred up. Mm-hmm. Gotta do crime now? That was it? Well, that was the motivation? Oh, I'm ugly. I guess I do crime.
Well, no. It went like this. It's 1940s. He's ugly now, which means he loses his job, his wife.
All his credibility. I'm still the same person. Because ugly. Harvey.
Yep. Because you're ugly now.
That's so good.
That's what happens.
Oh, the lessons that old stuff will teach people. If they ain't pretty, ain't going anywhere in life.
I reviewed that comic in Comics and Us.
That's so funny. Go listen to that podcast, guys.
But so that's essentially what happens in that, and that's what happens here. And then for some reason we take a 20-minute diversion into a King Tut 66 story.
Yeah, that shit was too long.
Yeah, and King Tut pretty much steals an airplane. That's about all I got out of it, because I was like in and out.
And it's so problematic, because hey, he's got schizophrenia, but you hit him on his head, he goes back to normal, then goes back to crazy. Like, this feels not in good taste.
I mean, Batman beats up on mentally insane people.
No, I know. But it just felt like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe that's me being P2 PC, but ooh.
So we spent 20 minutes with King Tut, and then another 5 minutes on another character named Bookworm that Batman and Robin stops. And it turns out there's someone behind it, and it's Two-Face.
What? He's fixed though. He's pretty again.
Yeah, but it's not that. It's not Harvey Dent. So it has to be someone pretending to be Two-Face, but it's not. It's actually Harvey Dent.
Well, how? Because he's got a pretty face again.
Because I guess it morphs into his skin or whatever. And his scheme is to turn everybody into Two-Faces.
It's so dumb.
And he does it. And then Batman talks Two-Face into becoming Harvey Dent again. And then the day is saved, and they go grab an antidote, and they cure all the Two-Faces. The end.
Yep.
That's literally it. That's the basic gist of the story, and honestly, we can go into it in more detail, but there's really not a lot. It's just goofy.
It's just typical 60s homage shit. But like I said earlier, it's done in a isn't it weird or wacky, guys? No, it's done in a genuine way this time.
Yeah, it's just an extended episode of the 66 Batman in modern form.
Yes.
All it is. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's long.
I think if this was the first of the three, I would have loved this.
Right.
But at this point, I was like,
it's first of two, honestly.
Is it two?
Yeah, because there's only two of these animated ones.
I thought it was three of them.
The first one was actually live action from the actual 66 show.
No, I thought we did these 3 times. This one?
No.
It's the one before this?
Mm-hmm.
No, there's 3 of them.
Nope.
There's only 2 of them? No, it's not.
Only 2 of them.
Oh.
So there's only 2.
There's Crypt? No.
Yes?
No. I could have sworn that was the one before this. What was that? Cape Crusaders.
Batman, Cape Crusaders.
Are you sure that's the first time this happens?
Yeah.
Wow. These movies are short, but they feel like 3 movies. Holy shit. Because the first one, what happens in that one?
The bad guys team up.
Who are the bad guys?
That Joker, Penguin, Catwoman, Riddler?
Yes.
And the only thing I remember of that movie was a stupid jaywalking joke.
And the rope and the acid shit, right?
No, them on the TV dinner.
That one, yeah.
There's only 2.
Wow.
Are you sure you're not thinking of the Animal Instinct movies?
No. I thought there was 3 of these dumbass.
Nope, there's just 2.
Wow, man.
I mean, technically there's 3 with the 66 one.
Not counting that one. I thought it was 3 animated ones.
Nope, just 2.
Wow. Oh, it's a sequel. Holy shit. Why was I thinking there's 3? Man, that first one. Ooh.
The first one wasn't great.
No, I didn't like that. So if this was the one that started it off, I've been really hyped.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just, like I said, you have to be really into it, and I learned through this podcast that I am not.
No.
Like, I didn't even like the first one, the original 66 one, and you loved that one.
Love it, because it was earnest. It was a period, a time of the period. I was like, this is a movie, okay, this is what they did back then. This is nice.
Not for me.
I respect that.
Yep. This series is not for me. I respect everything that it did for Batman. I love Adam West. I love his version of Batman. I do. I think it's a needed take, especially in our world and what Batman has become. Mm-hmm. But it's just too ridiculous for me. Like, anytime they go and Batman figures out something, and I'm like, it hurts my brain because it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It's first draft level dialogue and problem solving, in my opinion.
I wouldn't say it's first draft. I think it's just the 66 style.
Yeah, first draft.
No. Because they knew exactly what lines they were going to be using here.
That's fair, I guess.
You know what I mean? Wasn't like they, even the ridiculous nature of it is very well planned out in in the words that they use.
Oh, I still hate that. Yeah, that does the alliteration a lot in this.
Yes.
Not a fan.
Yeah, well,
Buffalo buffoon, oh god.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And then the Two-Face alliterations were just ridiculous. Because every villain has their own version of the alliteration, but the Two-Face ones, they had to come up with some pretty out there words that aren't used in everyday
exactly
parlance, and I cannot think of one off the top of my head, but I'm thinking, I don't even know what that word means.
No. But this was a fun movie.
Yeah, it was fine.
Sure, it was fun.
It was a chore. Yeah. Fine. If it was a half hour, it would be a great movie.
Oh, great. Yeah, I'd be yeah, awesome.
In and out. cut out all these side character stuff. Just focus on the Two-Face stuff. In and out. Yeah, yep, it would have been fine.
That being said, I want to rate this thing.
I don't know. It was fine.
I'll rate it first. I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 10. It's okay.
Yeah. I can't give it any more or less.
No.
It's fine.
Yeah,
that's what it does.
That's what exactly. It got in, did its thing, and got out. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't the worst thing I've said.
Was there an after credits scene?
No, it was just the dancing to the credits, and then, like you said, the bright night.
Oh, right.
Memorial.
Yeah.
That's it. It was just.
There's nothing to talk about. It's just that's it.
Yeah,
because the voice acting was pretty good considering.
There's a part where like they're on a pool table. So that's a typical. It's usually small things big, guys. But okay,
yeah,
typical 60s shit. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I mean the voice acting sounds really good. Like, and it's actually sounds all except for Julie Newhart sound like the original character. Julie Newhart just her voice sounds like she's aged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Everyone else sounds pretty much all in cue from what they were in the 60s. So, I mean, Adam West has a little tinge of that, but it's not as noticeable as Julie Newmar's. And not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just you can tell that she's gotten old.
Exactly. That's fine. The age, it happens.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah, I think we just should stop now because we're struggling here.
Well, you gotta say that thing.
Now that we did it, it's done.